Between Two Ferns, episode 2.
Box is the other way.
Still trying to show us this. Okay, ready?
Oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go. So, welcome to Between Two Ferns at Starnet Solutions. I'm your host, Lou Galifianakis. As my special guest again for a second time because she was so funny last time. We thought
So
we'd bring her
funny.
back. Stella Skinner, President and CEO of Starnet Solutions. Before we start, we'd like to say Stephen Chin of Climb Channel Solutions, congratulations on your award. This is a very distinguished award. You definitely deserved it. We're happy to say congratulations because we know it's a very important award. All right. Okay. So Stella, what's going on in the world of Starnet besides my new shoes that everybody thinks are bowling shoes?
They are bowling shoes.
They're not bowling shoes. So, what's going on new in the world of Starnet? Oh, it seems we have a word from our sponsor, Menon Speed Stick. Well, that was unpredicted. Thank you, Menon, for sponsoring Between Two Ferns with Starnet Solutions. So, Stella, what's going on? What's new in the world of Starnet? Remember, it's a positive world today, Stella. There's no negativity. We've had enough of that.
What was I supposed to say that was positive? And not
You
call
should
out
say
people
something positive. No,
negative?
we don't call it
Okay.
negative. This is a positive show. The negative
Yeah.
stuff I do behind the scenes.
Okay.
So what's new in the world of Starnet?
Starnet is awesome. We love Starnet.
Mm-hmm. You seem a little biased in that.
I am a little biased.
How long has Starnet been in business, Stella?
Since 2001.
So 1 year.
No, 2001.
Oh,
not
21 years.
2021.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you see? Oh, this is going to be a great question. So Stella, what do you see are the current trends in the IT world this year?
People not working, you mean? Other than that?
No, this is a positive show, Stella.
Okay.
It's
All
something
right.
positive. Not bowling shoes.
Not bowling shoes.
Not bowling
The trends are there's going to be a lot of cyber attacks,
Mm-hmm.
so people have to take security seriously
That's very true.
and
So
spend money, even though it's like not a glamorous thing to spend money on.
coming from the accounting arm, we can see where that comes from.
No, but it's like a behind the scene things that people don't want to spend money on because it's
So-
not like a big flashy shiny ball that you can justify the cost.
Right. So part of it, so Stella, are you saying, and believe it, Stella and I don't plan any of this, we're just literally winging
No,
all
we
this.
do not plan it.
So are you saying that people need to understand that there's going to be expenses incurred for providing services that are behind the scenes that people don't normally look for?
Yes.
So you're basically saying that because you, maybe as a user, sit in front of a computer and you don't see all the hackers trying to get in
Yes.
through your firewall and all the
Correct.
bots and so on coming in, that, okay. And that's very true. I mean, on a serious note, security has absolutely become such an important thing. Not that it wasn't before, but I tell this story to all these guys. Like, I remember being on the internet and our computers had public IP addresses on them and there was no firewalls. That was back in the day. You can't do that today, especially now with what's going on in politics. Politics heavily affects how some of these attacks are rendered. So, for example, although thinking of things as devastating as a nuclear missile attack from one country to another, which is horrific and just render serious problems, it actually can be equally as devastating for cyber attacks to get in and start disabling systems and basically running rampant through them, tearing them down, because once you can discredit or provide disbelief in a government or a company or so on, sometimes it becomes very hard for people to kind of get back into that and trust them again, right? The last couple of years have been quite an example of that. Yeah. So those are all on the up and up with. It's supposed to annoy you. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be in your face.
It's in my hair.
No, that's the point. It's supposed to annoy you. So those are very important. So things like that, cloud and so on. Cloud is, many people are running to the cloud because that's where they think they have to live. There's always a balance, wouldn't you say, between
Cloud
where you
is
should be.
just physical somewhere other than your location.
Correct.
Manned by people who also don't want to do their jobs and don't want to, I'm sorry, a positive, okay. manned by people
All of a sudden,
who
the
work really
positive
hard.
flight has just started to.
People who work really hard, but they're physical things that someone needs to maintain somewhere.
So when you go to cloud, you're just basically putting your car in somebody else's garage, or
Yes.
you're leasing your car from somebody else's your own. And it's nice to say, well, I can always give it back. The problem in the data world, that doesn't always happen as easily as that, number one. And number two, just throwing things in the cloud for the hell of it's not always good. We had a customer we worked with last month who started moving everything to the cloud, and they weren't into it a couple of weeks. And they told us that the provider got ransomware. And I don't think it was a small provider either. They all get it. You have to remember that the people that are working inside places, even Microsoft, was like, oh, they must be the smartest in the world. There's engineers at Microsoft that are really, really great, and there's others who aren't so great.
There's good and bad in every profession.
Good and bad and everything. That's why it's always good to have a healthy balance. So usually it's good to have more than one location. It's good to possibly have a hybrid where some are on-prem.
Or just to be realistic.
Or to be realistic.
Like
right.
you know, again, it's something physical somewhere else that
Right.
someone
You
else
have to remember
is maintaining.
That. And you should, I tell people, if you're going to
Good or
sign up a
bad,
data
it's
center,
just-
you
yeah.
should visit the data center. Don't do what one of our clients did with the data center. Actually, the cloud system turned out to be in somebody's garage. It was a rack in the garage. The Volvo next to it. I showed that at GMIS a few years ago. But speaking of GMIS,
Oh,
it's so
yes.
nice that you brought that up, Stella.
Yes, you love
So
GMIS.
GMIS is what, Stella?
Local government. What's wrong with that?
Oh, do you
State.
want to finish it?
Yeah.
So it's state and local government. It's an
That's
organization for
awesome.
state and local government where governments, entities, schools, police departments, fire departments, municipalities, they can come together and they can do what they call share information. They can share information amongst themselves. So for example, you may have taken over a role as one of our newer customers has taken over a role at a water utility in New Jersey, and she joined GMIS last July or August and came to the first conference. She's now a member on the board of that, doing quite a bit of work and heavily involved. But what they allow you to do is to reach out to other people within GMIS. There's, I think, over 11 or 1,200 municipalities joined now. The costs
to
are
share ideas.
to share ideas, ask questions
To
like,
not
hey,
have to spend the time and effort researching something that someone else already did.
how did you resolve this problem? Do you use Hyper-V or VMware? Do you prefer Dell over HP? Who
Right.
likes
What
Lenovo?
kind of storage?
What kind of storage do you use? Do you love
Do you use
Tintri?
cloud?
Do you use Tintri? Do you use Tintri? Do you love Tintri? How much Tintri do you have? When's the last time you bought Tintri? Are you buying any more Tintri? What else can you tell me about Tintri? Doesn't Tintri? Oh, I'm sorry. Was this a little bit of too much Tintri?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's not a Tintri commercial. I mean, I just like to talk about Tintri, and if you know anything about Tintri, then you would know why I love Tintri so much. Can we like do it with the subtle words where, like they used to do in the movies where Tintri just pops up, so, or they used to do with the snacks go beyond. Okay, so I don't mean to keep talking about Tintri, but Tintri's really great. So anyway, moving forward. Did you say Tintri again? I'm sorry. Did you ask me a question about Tintri?
Yes, we gotta wrap this up.
Oh, okay. So anyway, we just got started. Last one was 12 minutes.
How long is this one? It's so hot in here. And this thing is like touching me.
Okay. Well, that's great. So anyway, all right. So GMIS is a great organization for municipalities. If you're not in GMIS and you haven't looked into GMIS, it's GMIS.org. That's G as in George, M as in Michael, I as in Igloo, and S as in
Stella.
no, start at
Starnet.
.org, O-R-G. It's very inexpensive to join, and they provide incredible services, and they're very helpful. They have local chapters with local conferences, and they have an international one. And
Well, international as in the U.S.
no, there's people that come from other states sometimes. The
Other
first one I did,
states, U.S.
no, somebody came from Sweden one year when I was there,
You said came from other states.
and they come from other countries too.
Oh, okay.
Notice who the GMIS expert is and who isn't.
I've never
Did you ask me
seen
about
a name
Tintri?
from outside of this country.
No. Tintri? This what? This Tintri? What'd you
Alright, okay, yes, Tintri's
Okay.
great. Starnet loves Tintri.
Okay, so anyway, sorry. So it's a really good organization, and it gets a
Yes.
lot of people, it helps them a lot because it's great. We make money on helping people solve problems and providing solutions, but sometimes you don't want to pay someone for a job that you can do yourself and maybe just need a little leg up or some support or some help
Just
or
needs
some
to know the
insight or,
direction.
hey, I need help, I need a little advice. We will do that for you at StarNet, but not everybody does that without charging a fee. But realize that there's people out there that can help you that may have already gone through the same problem and may have already resolved it. We know that for a fact. So GMIS.org. That's for you, Bob McQueen. Okay, so what?
Yeah.
He doesn't know I'm going to do that. Where do I plug
I
this
know.
with GMIS and Bob? Nobody ever knows like what we're going to talk about. No vendors actually sponsor this, and no vendors actually support it. GMIS isn't really a vendor, but yeah, I don't think they really support this. They probably like
Nobody
it's
does.
absolutely ridiculous.
All right.
Hold on a second. Well, no, we're not done. We're still talking. So we just did a really cool webinar at GMIS. If you're a GMIS member, with Brock Mowry from Tintri, who's the chief
From where?
from Tintri. Tintri. It's the Tintri family.
There's so much Tintri stuff around.
Yes, I know. We should just like pan the camera. So Brock is extremely good at storage, among other things, and he did a really good talk on recovering from ransomware with the Tintri. And we have customers we've actually used. As a matter of fact, I just drove back from one this morning. I just flew in. Boy, my arm's tired. So I just came back from a customer who has Tintri, and they ran through a full ransomware attack, and we literally just logged into their Tintri remote. Even the backups were encrypted. Everything was going bad, and we had put a Tintri in as a safeguard because for a lot of reasons they didn't have money to do certain things. So we put the Tintri as a safeguard. Ran snapshots every 4 hours for like 2 weeks or something on each system. And we had them all back up and running in 7 minutes. The only reason it was 7 minutes is because some of their servers were really old and they took a while to boot. But the rest of it, we had literally cloned all the servers. We logged in the Tintri, VPN'd in, logged in the Tintri. Once we were inside the Tintri, which is 10 seconds, we literally cloned all the machines in less than 10 seconds and had them up and going, which is what makes it really cool, which makes my job easier and makes us a better, that's the whole point.
Annoying.
Between two ferns.
They're not ferns, and they're
It doesn't
annoying.
matter. We're using it between two ferns unless you want to go buy some and start out money.
All right.
Oh,
Are
did
we-
I just say that?
Should we wrap this up?
We're almost there.
Oh.
So as far as security and things like that and ransomware, it's a real deal. And just because it hasn't hit you yet, don't think it's not coming. They are banging on your firewalls. They are hitting your systems as hard as they can all day long. And as the politics of things move in and world dispeace occurs or peace, you will see things ebb and flow like waves. Get it? Ebb and flow with things coming in. Plus, there's just a lot of people who are just pissed off in the world and they just want to, rain hell on Microsoft or attack their old job or whatever it may be. Is that correct?
Yes, you said to remain positive, so that's why I was not chiming in.
Yeah, you really didn't do much to contribute to this episode, did you? So next time I'm
Said to
pulling
remain
Ryan or
positive.
Jackie in or whatever.
You said to remain positive.
Okay, well, Stel, let's
I
offer
am.
something positive. Could you sing a little song for the world? How
No.
about a little something? How about a joke?
No, I don't know any.
We'll tell you some jokes.
All right.
Do you want to hear Stella laugh?
No.
Ready for
I
this?
just
Hold on.
laughed.
Stella, no.
Stop
here
it. No, don't say
Stella.
it. That's offensive to people. No. Don't
What?
listen to him.
What was
We
he going to
gotta
say? No. What was he going to say?
Because you're going to offend
No, I wasn't.
somebody,
No,
so make me
I
laugh.
wasn't going to offend anybody.
All right, anyway,
I was
don't
gonna say-
say it. Don't say it. Because that
Listen,
makes me look bad
Stella,
that you're like saying
hold
that
on.
that's what I'll laugh at. I'm
Stella.
not going to laugh.
Do you remember when you saw my high school picture?
All right,
What did
now
you
that's
think?
funny.
What did you think of that?
It's great.
Yeah. What was the best part of that picture? What was the most memorable thing in that
Your
picture?
glasses.
What was the matter with my glasses?
They were like thicker than. They like came out here.
Like two telescopes?
Even worse.
What can I say? Still, that was a more perfect eyes. It has to be something about me that's not perfect. How's that?
None of us have perfect eyes, but wow.
Yeah, they were even with contacts. Contacts seem to fix a lot of things. Okay, so what are we gonna say? Let's be secure. This wasn't as quite of a funny episode. These are supposed to be a little ridiculous, but we do want you guys to know that even when we're joking
Security's
around,
important.
security is really important.
And it's
And
costly,
It's costly.
but it is what it is. Like,
Right,
it's
let me-
not flashy, it's not glamorous, but it's necessary.
Right. Let me give you my little thing on security. If it's cheap or easy or convenient, then most likely it's not secure. It needs to be, unless it's what?
Tintri?
Right. Unless it's Tintri. Actually, that's not cheap. So, but it needs to be complicated. It needs to be difficult. You need to have more than one defense. Don't think a firewall is going to be all of it. Why are you taking a picture of that? Take a picture of us.
Because of
Do
how
that
horrible the setup
selfie.
is.
That's a great setup. It's the phone, being held on top
Oh,
of a
wait.
Tintri box with a Superman and a stapler
Here, we
holding
can
it.
do this one.
Hold on, take a photo moment.
Ah.
Oh my God. Makes your phone so gigantic. It's like
I know,
it's like a
it's hard
fax
to hold.
machine. Just say smile. Smile.
Smile.
Oh, you have to turn it on your phone. Episode 2. So you have to turn it on. You have to turn on the smile feature. But it's really important you multi-layer. So like going out in the cold, where you hopefully put on multiple layers, you just don't go out in a t-shirt. You need to have good firewalls. You need to have good antivirus. You need to have good intrusion detection or intrusion prevention, right?
Yes.
There's all kinds of stuff. You really should have you need good software and to be backed by good hardware or cloud-based systems. If you need wherever they're running from, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be good. But a lot of the stuff is now AI based, and the AI actually helps it learn as opposed to just using signatures and things in antivirus, which just aren't fully effective anymore. That must be my daughter.
That's me sending you this picture. So
Oh.
I didn't realize that was the phone.
I thought that was Amanda
No.
calling me. All right, so Stell,
Yes.
give us some pearls of wisdom for episode 2 of Between
Episode
Two
2
Ferns.
is take security seriously.
That's one pearl. Got any others?
Work hard. Do your job.
Okay, that's 2. What else you got?
Those are like very important.
Okay, what else you got?
Number 2 is very important.
So is number 1 sometimes.
Yes, number 1 is, but number 2 is do your job.
Do your job. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Well, I think we should thank all of our customers. First of all, let's thank all of our customers. Now, give them a heartfelt thank you.
We love our customers. Seriously, we do. We appreciate them all.
Yes, we do appreciate them all.
We think you're fantastic, and we appreciate everything you do.
Right, because you guys actually help keep us doing what we're doing. It's been how long? 21 years, would you say?
21 years.
We're actually in our 21st year. Word of mouth. Referral. Yeah, it's been really cool. Very excited. StarNet's been like you know what, I'm going to break into song on this one back there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not breaking into song. StarNet. Started. Okay, so anyway, I think next one, Jackie has to come in the dinosaur costume. Okay, we'll do that. So we just want to say thank you to everyone, in all seriousness, to our clients and customers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We're working on doing more events. They've been a little challenging this year. We've been handcuffed by some vendors that will not participate. Hopefully all this is going to happen a little more. No, handcuffed because they can't do it this year because of their COVID restrictions. So hopefully that'll open up. On a positive note, it should be opening up more, and we'll have more stuff to do. And Stell, there's a little something my mom taught me back. Actually, my grandmother taught me back when I was young. She said, every cloud has a silver lining. Do you ever hear this expression?
Yes.
Did we have the same grandmother or something?
No.
So always try and find the silver lining in every cloud.
The silver lining is see what the future holds.
Okay, we need to get a theme song. Next time I'm going to play a theme song.
Okay.
All right. Do you have anything else you like? No. Okay, I guess
thought
that's
we
our
were
cue.
done.
We should get Jackie, gets a giant hook and starts pulling us off.
Yeah, she should have done that a long time ago.
Well, she did a good job with our men and sponsor.
We don't know who it was. Stop using a name.
Oh, right. You know who that was? That
We
was
don't
Robert
know.
Downey Jr. in that
We
outfit.
don't
Just
know who
walked
it
in
was.
here. We had Robert Downey Jr. in to talk to us about Iron Man and so on. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Not as funny as last time. Last time was absolutely hilarious. Glasses. And we're out. Bye. All right. Let me hit it. Oh my God, it didn't record. Yes, it did.